And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, meine Damen und Herren, señores y señoras. Let me try the 20 languages once again. Good evening, guten Abend, grüezi wohl, buonasera, buenas noches, dobre večer, dobre večer, good afternoon, good dag, grüß Gott, xin chao, ni hao, konnichiwa, annyeong, kalispera, good kwel, good kweld, Shalom, yo estet kivanok. This is 19. One more. 19 it is for the moment because I'm just concentrating on this game right now. It is Insolence against sYz. We have sYz spawning here as the green Zerg player. And in the bottom left we have Insolence as the yellow Protoss in the bottom right. Insolence won against Forsen already, and I'm really happy about Insolence winning against Forsen because I played Forsen once in a tournament, and I know he's a much better guy, but he was not a very nice person, and I don't like people who are not a very nice person. I mean, I can understand people some raging from time to time, losing a game. It is all understandable, like Naniwa, like Idra, etc. But it's a difference between someone being mad because he lost a game and someone being just unfriendly even before a game started. So I asked Insolence if he already played against Forsen, and yes, he said he did, and he raped him, quote end. So and Insolence is feeling pretty confident because he's playing very, very solid. His specialty, in my opinion, is PvP, but his PvZ and PvT is very good there as well. So let me just adjust the scoreboard. I completely forgot about it. So sYz is here right now as the Zerg player, and he is the Zerg player, the green Zerg player. Here we go. And on the other hand, we have Insolence as the Protoss player in the yellow color. There we go. And it is a best of 3, so let me add some hearts here. Best of 3, 0, 0, and some more hearts. I'm sorry I forgot about this before the game started, but better late than never. Here we go. So let us check what is actually going on. So we don't see some kind of forge expand, no fast expansion, no forge play coming up by Insolence. He just went for one gate, having a stalker out after the first elite, now getting another stalker, a Twilight Council right away, and Twilight Council might be something like DTs, might be something like Blink Stalkers. I know Insolence from time to time likes to go for Blink Stalkers in the PvP, and his Blink Stalker micro is absolutely worth it. So this can mean Blink Stalkers or DTs. And let's take a look at the gas count, and he's putting up another gateway. There we see another gateway as well, and this can go both ways. He's got enough resources to go for the DT shrine, he's got enough resources to go for the Blink right away, and it will be Blink. So I would have expected Blink because DT is a risky play to go for a DT rush, because most of the time you can do some damage, then it just takes his Zerg opponent 70 seconds to build an overseer. He does not have an overseer right away, and that's about it. You just kill some drones and it's basically it. But if you have Blink Stalkers, you can deal with ground units, with air units, and if you microgrid enough, you can do you can play very cost effective. And as a Protoss player, when you play against a Zerg player, you can do two things. You can be you have to do two things. Keep your Zerg opponent on not too many bases, prevent your Zerg opponent from expanding too much, and play cost effective, because then you can just starve him to death. Because the same amount of units on 2 bases, same amount of supply on 2 bases, most of the time, like 90%, favors the Protoss player. So now Insolence is finished with the blink. There we see him getting rid of the destructible rocks. And what should you do as a Zerg player when you see stalkers or blink stalkers in general attacking destructible rocks? You need to go for speed links, and you need to go for a lot of speed links. And this is exactly what sYz is doing. He's got 20 Zerglings in production. Now he's got already 28 Zerglings out on the field there. He's getting roach, going for the Hydralisk Den right away. There is the Hydralisk Den. The Hydras, of course, they take with 33 seconds, not too long to build, but the Stalkers are already in here, blinking away. Zerglings, of course, running away, and he just wants to buy himself some time to get some units out. You can't only go for the Zerglings, because if you only go for the Zerglings, exactly this happens. You need to have some units in the second row here. This should be those Hydras, and there's one Hydra out. More Hydras will come pretty soon. And sYz is just trying to force some Stalkers here to blink away. Insolence is still on run base, so sYz can sacrifice quite a lot of units. There we see some Zerglings getting rid of one Stalker, two Stalker, three Stalkers, because of the fact that Insolence had to blink away. And the blink has a 10-second cooldown. sYz was able to prevent 4 Stalkers from running away. So there we see 5 more Hydras. Now Insolence just can play it out perfectly. Attack, blink those vulnerable, those injured Stalkers at the front to the back, and let the rest of the units advance. But sYz was a little bit too aggressive there, and maybe a Spy Quarter 2 would have worked wonders. There we see more Zerglings in the mix. Insolence just blinking away, and what can you do with the 4 Hydras, 5 Hydras against 10, 9 Stalkers? Absolutely nothing, because those Stalkers, 8 Stalkers, 1 hit a Hydralisk, because a Hydralisk only got 80 HP, and Blink Stalker Rush out of 1 base on Shakura's Plateau was successful. And sYz saying the GG, and the Pro complaining a little bit about not that big of a skill requirement to go for this 1 base Stalker play. And this is actually the 3rd time tonight we saw a Terran and Protoss player going for a 1 base oriented play in a PvT or in a PvZ. Of course, the PvP you see 1 base play most of the time. So, next lobby is open. It will be on Lost Temple. And it's time for me to stop the VOD.